Yeah, they all left.
Yeah, go on.
Nobody is going to defend you because no one's going to defend you. They all left you.
They left you.
I'm talking about.
Okay, so on the podcast today, by the way, hello. What is it called?
The after
party.
podcast.
The after party. I still think it should be called. No. Yeah, the aftermath, but that's fine. That's fine. I think there are two things that I wanted to bring up. So the first one, how cool Mark Hoppus was.
Yes.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
He did something that no one has done, I think at least as far as Danielle and I know when it comes to taking pictures. He asked, hey, can I put my arm around you?
Yeah.
And I was like, of course
so
you can.
cool.
I said, I would like that, actually.
Really?
Gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah. He asked if it was okay if he did it. Nobody ever asked if it's okay. They just do it.
Wow, yeah.
And then I thought what a hypocrite I was because I never asked. Like, I really appreciated that he did because, some people are creepy with the hands. Scary.
Yep.
And he was cool about
God.
it. But I never ask people. I just put my arm around them. Should I be asking for that?
Okay, so let's dig into this. Let's start with the second half first. Where do you put your hand or arm?
Okay, so it looks like I'm putting it all the way around them, but I just put it like on their upper back. So my
Does it
arm's
hover
behind
or is
them.
It on?
It depends. Sometimes I hover.
Okay.
Sometimes I just put it on.
Come on, you put it right on their ass.
Yeah,
Don't lie.
right up the butthole. No, I never.
And cough.
I never do that weird like rubby thing. A lot of people do that rub thing when they have their arm around you, and I'm like,
Skeery does.
yeah, Skeery grabs you in weird places.
Oh,
It's a strange
no.
thing.
You look at a lot of pictures of Skeery with celebrities, and his hand is right on their
Yes.
waist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Here, show. Where do you?
You want me to show you on the doll?
Yeah, on the doll, like so. Here, let's stand up.
Why are we doing this on a podcast? You can't see it.
I would actually.
You don't do
put
that.
on the shoulder.
No.
No, but I do.
What if I was
You
a
do
female?
the middle of the back, if I remember
Middle,
right.
the middle of the back, yes.
Yeah.
I will touch it lightly, but I don't do this. I don't like grab around the waist.
That's a little
I
weird.
don't
But yeah.
know.
I know,
I'm not sure.
But I like the whole permission thing. I never thought to ask.
Well, you know what it is though. They come and go so fast, and they're rushed out of here that when there's a line of people to take pictures with them, there's really no time to say, "Is it okay if I put my arm around you?"
well-
It's just hurry up and take, hurry up and take.
Yes.
I can see why. Are we allowed to give theories?
Sure.
Maybe there was an incident in his past where somebody said, because we like us, we're asked to take pictures all the time. Didn't that happen with Taylor Swift?
Oh,
Sure
yeah.
did.
Oh, yes,
Wasn't it with
it
a
did.
radio
DJ.
DJ?
Yes, it was.
But that,
Oh, yes.
that wasn't an arm around her waist. That was allegedly a hand up the skirt,
Allegedly,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Like the guy says nothing happened. She said it did. Who the hell actually knows what actually happened, right?
Right.
But I think for a while, I remember
Yeah.
when that happened, we had the discussion like, let's just not touch people.
Yeah.
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 We had an explicit conversation about that right after that incident, and I remember us being very cautious,
Yeah.
especially with the men in the room
Yeah.
with female celebrity.
Be extra careful not to finger someone by accident.
And you could see when it happened because if you look at the series of our pictures, you could see there's some with no arms around people. So it was right around the time.
Yeah, but you know what? If they lead, I'm okay with it. If they like bring me in for a picture, I'm like, all right, now I could put my arm back around.
Unless that finger goes up your butthole.
No.
Yeah, by accident. Didn't mean to.
Scary, you're
Although-
hoping for some of them to put their finger up your
Although if
butthole.
If listeners actually want to take pictures with us, I don't have a problem. I let them manhandle me. I don't.
You
care.
know, if Sabrina Carpenter came in here and wanted to put her finger up.
Oh, he would allow it. He'd allow it 100%.
Tate McRae.
But wait, what do you mean you
Tate
allow them
McRae?
to manhandle you? Who manhandles you?
I would just say no. If a listener, well, sometimes back in the day when we used to do bar gigs, you remember this, some of you. They used to get very drunk, and it used to be late at night. It used to be 1:00 in the morning on a Saturday night. And we're doing a live broadcast, and if you're at DJ's in Belmar and everyone's body to body, or at the Cadillac Bar in Hoboken. Scotty knows.
Yeah.
You're pushed around. You're shoved. I'm trying to talk on the radio live into a microphone with people around me spitting and screaming.
So many ass grabs.
Absolutely
Ass
not.
grabs.
Ass grabs.
Galore. They
Yeah.
tried to throw you off while you're on the air, but
Not
the
a
point
chance.
is, I'm okay. I'm a huggy,
I bet you are.
touchy-feely person.
Yes.
By nature, I like affection.
He's Italian.
I like
From
physical.
Brooklyn.
So I don't mind it when it's done to me. I always just have to remind myself to be careful, to not. Because not everybody's like that. Not
Yeah.
everybody's like me.
I think that is a very polite thing for him to do, though, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's
Is that
asked
Mark Hoppus?
Yes.
Mark
Yes.
Hoppus hundreds of times a day for a picture.
Oh, yeah.
And so for him to do that, I think he made it memorable for you. You'll never forget that.
Oh, definitely. I really appreciated it. And I was like, oh, shit, I should probably ask people if I should put my arm around them instead of just going in and grabbing them. But it's totally different between men and women, right? There are very few times when a guy's like, she put her arm around me. I'm sicked out, you know?
Yeah.
But women are like, get this guy off me.
What's it like being a woman in radio as opposed to being a guy in radio?
Well, according
Like,
to
going
you,
out-
Danielle and I just sit here and wait.
Yeah, we
It's
do
actually
nothing.
Pretty fucking awesome.
You walked yourself
we don't do
right into
anything.
that, dude.
We don't do
Right
anything
into
on this
that.
show,
Yeah.
according to you.
It was merely acting. No, I'm talking about.
Sure,
I'm
maybe
talking
the truth was said in
when
jest.
we're doing listener-facing events, especially like
No, we need to go back. We need to go back.
Think of a female.
We need to address-
Think of a woman DJ personality doing a broadcast, a club event versus a
Can I
guy.
just hit pause on that? You
Yeah.
can pick up. Can you explain where
Yes.
this is coming from?
I'd
So
like to
during
know.
the show today, we were talking about Danielle was going to do her entertainment report,
Yes.
but she didn't know it was coming, so she was like, "Oh, hold on." She grabbed her papers. Nate was like, you have one job."
Right, yeah,
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
she snapped on Nate, and then Skeery jumped in with some bullshit where he said, "Between Nate, Elvis, and me, that's 97% of the work in this room.
I
Those
said
girls."
90%.
90%.
90%.
Oh, sorry, 90%. Those
Still
girls
a
just
vast
sit
majority.
there and wait. That is what you said.
Okay, I did. Okay, let me explain myself.
Behind Elvis, by the way. Nate and Skeery were behind
let
Elvis.
Skeery
Let me
speak,
back
let
out of
Skeery
this
speak.
parking space for a second. During the morning, okay, there's a lot of driving going on on that side of the console. Elvis is constantly in flux, thinking about this, what's to say next, pressing buttons. I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to anticipate what he wants. Nate is
Terribly,
running
by the way,
around for him.
terribly.
Nate is trying to run around, manage the show. There's a lot of physical things or mental anguish going on over there. Whereas I feel like this side of the room tends to be more reactive than active.
So
Nate,
so
I'm just
you
here where- do you
wait.
see where I'm
Let him do
So
it.
you make the meal
He's
and we
still
just
backing
eat
out.
Is that it?
I do not mean that in a negative way of that you guys don't do anything and it's like the law of inertia, a body in motion stays in
But
motion.
90% of it is you.
I'm trying to explain that that's the dynamic of how it's set up, and by no fault of yours or yours. Do you
I
see where I'm
think
coming from here?
you're
No.
insane.
The
Why are you
metaphorical-
stuck in
You're
your seat?
absolutely
Why are you stuck
insane.
in your seat?
You have no. First of all, I think Gandhi does more work than half of us on this
Thank
show.
you, Danielle.
She's always doing games and this, that, and the other thing, and helping with this, that.
Homer
She
Simpson
has a
over there.
producer's brain more than you got a producer's brain.
Yeah, I could. If I did your job, I'd be so much better at it. It would be crazy. However, I can't because I'm on this side of the microphone,
Right.
contributing 33.3% of what goes onto the air and content every day. So Danielle and
No,
I
you
definitely do that.
Oh my God, I see the prep work you do. But I'm
Most of
just
the
talking
time,
about-
Scary, he tells you to shut up.
I'm talking about.
Why did all the men leave the
I'm
room?
talking about in real time.
Yeah, they all left.
Yeah, go on.
Nobody is going to
Where'd
defend you
everybody-
because no one's
where'd
going to
everybody
defend
go?
you. They all left you.
They left you.
I'm
No
talking
one's gonna
about
defend you.
in real time of the 4 hours going on at this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of activity over there. But you are listen. You come in 3 hours before the show, and you get everything ready. So my hat's off to you for being able to do what you do. But I'm just saying,
Here
but
he
during
goes.
the show itself. This was revolving around Danielle's point.
Oh,
that I need to
yeah.
help Elvis bail me out of here.
You don't want to come in here. You do not want to come
All
in
the
here.
men left him alone.
Could you explain what I
told her to come in here and shut your ass down.
Could you explain to them what I meant when I said that 90% of the activity goes on over there during the show? Could you explain to them what I meant and that I didn't mean?
I
it?
can't explain to them what you meant because what you said was just asinine.
But the thing is, like Gandhi will do things before the show for like 3 hours and more. She puts her heart and soul into it. Danielle preps. But I'm just talking about as the show is in real time motion.
They're working. They're doing things.
Yeah.
Scary
But I
cooks
feel-
the
Not
meal and we
according to
just pull
Scary.
up
I
and
feel
eat.
like there's a lot of It's like a lot of reactive. It's like active, reactive, active. I don't know.
You're on your own.
Dude,
He's leaving you
No,
now,
I'm
too.
out of here. I cannot align with you
I
at
don't know
all.
what you're saying.
Can we end this?
I will just say this. Danielle has more energy and does more in a day than I could even process doing between here and her kids and every activity and planning charity events. She does so much stuff. I get it that you come in and push buttons and then go home and rot. I'm sure that feels like a lot. But I'm just saying, I don't think that split was necessarily accurate.
Okay, I'm done.
And like I said before, Gandhi comes in, there's games,
I know.
there's this. She's keeping track of things over there that we do. I don't see you keeping track of shit.
I got stuff I got to do.
None of the guys are back.
No, I got to go.
Because nobody's going to defend
We
you.
got to end this. Say goodnight. Bye.
Chicken
No.
shit.
Chicken shit.